Have you ever come across a story that is so crazy and preposterous you thought, well, this could not possibly be true, but then you found out later that's a story that is very widely known in many different cultures and passed around for years? You think, well, maybe there's some truth to this story from which we can learn. Welcome to one of our videos from St. Mark's Episcopal in Dalton, Georgia, and all those joining us on YouTube. I had an experience like this past week, and when I was looking at the website LENT Madness. LENTmadness.org is an free online game that you can play that helps you learn about different saints from over the years, particularly in the Episcopal Church. And it's a very educational website, and I suggest you look into it. But one of the stories this week was one that's great. Was about the saints, the seven sleepers of Ephesus. The seven sleepers of Ephesus. Now, this is the story that around the year 250, in the area around Ephesus, which is in what's now in Turkey, there's a Roman emperor named Decius who was persecuting Christians. He was causing them to renounce their faith and to bow to the Roman gods. Well, there were seven Christians in this area who refused to do so. In fact, what they did is they gave away their earthly possessions and relocated to a nearby cave to pray. Well, the emperor found out about them and went there and demanded that they, second time, that they renounce their faith. Well, when the people, these seven refused to do so, the emperor had this cave sealed and buried the men alive. Well, as the story goes, decades later, after Christianity became the religion of the state in that part of the world, a landowner who had the land there needed some area to store some of his cattle. So he decided to open up the cave and use it to store the cattle. Well, when he opened up the cave, he was shocked to see the seven men sleeping. Now, I said sleeping. They weren't dead, they were sleeping. So when they woke up, they woke up thinking they'd only been asleep for one night. So the seven men sent one of their group out into the town to buy food. And they were shocked when he came back with the story that, first of all, the currency he had was outdated, it was no good, but also there were crosses everywhere in the town. In fact, the town was, Christianity was accepted. In fact, there was even a bishop in the town over that area. Now, although the details about this story changed over the years, and the story has changed the number of people and some of the locations, whatever, this story of the seven Christians who were sealed in the cave, fell asleep, and decades later, awoke in a different world, is a legend that's repeated not only in the Catholic Church, but also the Eastern Orthodox Church, the Oriental Orthodox Church, the Episcopal Church, obviously, but it's also that story, a very similar story, was repeated in the Muslim Quran. So this story has been around for years and accepted or considered by many. Now, obviously, there are many reasons to be skeptical of the truth of this story, but more importantly than the truth is what we can learn from the symbolism of the story. And the symbolism of the story is that God has power over death. The second lesson is that there will be a bodily resurrection at the end of times. So, because of these things, we can say, thanks be to God for the seven sleepers of Ephesus.